Hello everybody, Miss Genney here. Now this week I'm going to show you how to create a starburst picture that you'll then be able to colour in or use patterns on. So it's a little bit of mindfulness as well, and I certainly find it very relaxing to do. So to start off with, you're going to need a sheet of paper. And you're going to need to have that landscape way. So that's the long way. So it's not tall and thin, it's short and wide. I'm going to be doing this on my iPad with my snazzy pen, but you can do this with a pencil and a ruler. And the ruler is really essential in this to make it look very effective. So the first thing you need to do is you need to, having your paper landscape, in the middle of that page, you need to draw 3 dots, and you need to make them reasonable size so that they obviously stand out to you. Okay, so I've done those evenly spaced in the middle of the page. Now we're going to do 10 smaller dots all around the page, and they can be anywhere and there can be different distances around. So these aren't as obvious dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I've got my 3 big dots and 10 smaller dots. Now this is where you need your ruler. So you need to choose one of the smaller dots to start on, and it doesn't matter which one because you're going to do the same thing for all of them. And you are going to draw straight lines with your ruler to each of those large centre dots. So let's have a little look at how we do that. So I'm going to start, and I'm just going to circle it for your colour so you know which one I'm starting on. This little dot, and then I'm going to draw a line to the 3 big dots, and it's going to be a straight line. So I'm just going to do my lines in red. You'll just do it in pencil normally, but I'm just going to do them in red so they stand out. So I take my ruler and I place it against that little dot, and I go towards that first big dot and I draw a straight line. I then go back to my little dot and I draw another straight line to the second big dot, and then back to that little dot again and a third straight line to the last big dot. Right, does that make sense? I'm just going to rub that little bit out there now so it makes sense. Now I'm going to my second dot, and it's kind of hidden up here but I can still see it. So again, from the little dot to the first big dot, then from the little dot to the second big dot, then from the little dot to the third big dot, and that's almost covered over. Then I go to my next little dot and I do a straight line to the first big dot, to the second big dot, to the third big dot. And I follow this process all the way around. And can you see why we call it a starburst picture? Because it just looks a bit like you're creating your own star. And they all look quite different to each other as well, which is nice. So, keep going. I've got a snazzy tool on my iPad that makes straight lines happen, which is really good. You've got it a little bit tricky because you need to use a ruler. But you won't be disappointed with the effect. These make really nice pictures. And then you get the chance to colour it all in, which is very relaxing. Just 2 more to go. One more to go. And there's my starburst. So then you get the fun option of colouring it in. So you can colour in blocks into each section if you want, or you could use colours and patterns. So if I just take us onto my next page, you can see one I started earlier. And like I say, every Starburst is quite unique, it's different. And I've started using patterns to fill the sections in. So you could do it like this, or you could colour it in yourself. You might decide you want it all patterned, but you want to use black and white or red and white. That's totally up to you. But I'd love to see some of your work and like to see the results, please. So if you could send them by email through Purple Mash to your teachers, that would be great. I hope you have fun doing this. Enjoy.